So I've been playing a little bit more Bad Company 2. I had a game on Atacama Desert, which was pretty good. That's what you're seeing right here. In fact, what you're seeing right here is the best trick you should ever learn on Atacama Desert, and is virtually the only way, if you play Rush on this map, to save this helicopter right here, because I guarantee you 99 out of 100 times a noob will get in that, fly straight over and get absolutely destroyed by the anti-air gun I took out there. So the start of the round really is a race, and as you saw there, that helicopter completely ignored me, so I ended up running in, getting sniped, and then switching over to this class. However, that's not what I wanted to talk about in this video. These two games here, there's this on Atacama Desert, and then there's one a little bit later on in the video on Arica Harbour. My two favourite maps in this, I have to say, I'm actually really impressed by how the game looks now. I don't know if it's just me, but there's something quite really appealing about the graphics in Bad Company 2, even more appealing than they are in Battlefield 3. I never quite got used to the graphics in that, whereas they seem quite, I don't know, there's just something about them. Yes, there is quite a lot of bloom in this game, and some areas are actually white, like those boxes on the left. And I haven't adjusted anything here. This is just how the game comes out of the box. I usually play with a lot lower brightness and contrast, but I figured, you know what, just playing for fun, so I might as well just leave it on this because the game looks a lot prettier. But onto the topic of this video, I was having a bit of trouble readjusting to being a sniper, a recon, elite scout Wookie, having just been playing Battlefield 3, coming back to Bad Company 2, because it's actually quite difficult playing as a recon in this game, because you've got to stand perfectly still for your sniper shot to be really accurate. And I'm the sort of person, because I have a really high sensitivity and I sort of pivot off the ball at the back of your hand to aim, I tend to sort of strafe side to side to line up shots, to kind of help me line up shots, and I've done that all the time since I used to play Call of Duty 4, which means that aiming while standing still is actually really difficult for me. But the biggest problem I've had is actually learning how to reload cancel again. Now you might think, well, this is only a small little thing, Frankie, you're blowing it way out of proportion, you just double tap the reload button, and let's face the facts, the number of times where you could just sit in cover and reload compared to the times when you actually need to reload cancel are pretty small. But I've actually found that one of the best ways of getting better at any sort of first-person shooter, and this trick, this program, which a lot of you will have heard about already. What is this Wookiee doing? Oh my goodness. What a pro elite Wookiee we got there. That's what happens when you take them off their bushes in the hills. They act like complete little tards running around. Much like that. Okay, it's not exclusive to Wookiees, clearly, as that medic was a little bit special as well, you know. That is why you shouldn't feed babies paint chips. But back to reload cancelling, why it's actually a bigger thing than you may think. And I guarantee this will be one of the best tips you might learn if you're new to PC and you want to get better at first-person shooters. Reload cancelling is so important because it does two things. Firstly, it means you don't have to retreat to cover to actually reload, because if you reload out in the open, you can instantly reload cancel. And secondly, because in a lot of games, especially the Call of Duty ones, and a lot of people are going to be getting Black Ops 2 because it looks kind of new and fresh and all that kind of stuff. But when that comes out, one of the best things you can do, because it's kind of a glitch in Call of Duty games, is you can instantly fire after running if you use this trick. And I mean like instantly fire. It works in all of the Call of Duty games, but you can essentially run, press your mouse button once you've set it up, as I'll tell you in a second, and you can fire straight away, so there is absolutely no delay bringing up your gun. I mean, I've used it all the way from Call of Duty 4. Admittedly, you could like put a script thing into Call of Duty in the console then to create it, but this program just does it as well. So I'm going to get to it just after the end of this round.
Got a tank over here.
So the trick is to use a free program called Xmouse, which you can download from the link in the description. Yes, the website doesn't look particularly fantastic and it may look a little bit dodgy for those of you who don't know me, but it is a great program. I use it all of the time in a lot of games, and if you don't like what it does, you can simply either exit the program and it'll return your mouse keys to whatever you had before. Like, I only run it when I'm playing Bad Company 2 or any game which I require changing the mouse buttons around for, because it's a lot simpler than setting up a macro on my mouse or anything like that. But how to use it, as you can see, I've set mouse scroll up to 8, and that switches to my pistol. because I use my mouse button for that. I found that to be the best combination because you can sort of do it without impeding your movement if you've got switch weapon on your mouse rather than a key on the keyboard, because you don't have to take your fingers off the A, S, W, D and shift and spacebar keys. You can keep your left hand on there, or right hand if you're left-handed. And I've got mouse wheel down as 9, and that switches to my primary weapon, this assault rifle I'm using here. But the most important thing, you might think, well, that's a little bit strange, why don't you just use the buttons anyway? The most important thing is that you set the thumb button of your mouse, which of course is the most accessible to be able to sort of quickly press it, is that you set that to 989 as I've got on there. So what that essentially does is it switches between your primary weapon and your secondary weapon, and it's set in it effectively reload cancels for you. So, you know, try it out. It definitely does work. I use it all the time, and I guarantee you it will help you out if you play Black Ops 2 with that being able to fire instantly after you're running. In fact, it is a huge advantage. A really huge advantage, because you can just run wherever you want to. It's not quite as useful in Bad Company 2 because you can't do that, but if you ever caught in between reloading, then of course you can just press it and bam, you straight away you can fire at whoever's firing at you, and it'll definitely save your life. I'd be very surprised if this didn't improve your scores if you're looking to improve them. In other news though, there has been a new trailer released for Armored Kill. Well, I say trailer, it's more of a fly-through of the map Alborz Mountain on there, which comes with Armored Kill. There are 4 new maps, that's one of them. It costs $14.99 I think, or 1200 Microsoft points, which seems fairly well priced, kind of. If you've got premium already, then of course if you're on PS3 with premium, you'll get it on the 4th of September, as they get it a little bit early, and then you'll get it on the 11th of September if you're on PC or Xbox with premium, and I think it's 2 weeks after that, on the 25th of September, that everybody who either just buys the DLC and they haven't got premium gets it. So it's coming up, and it's coming up pretty fast. I heard a little bit more about the game modes in this. Tank superiority mode, I'm sure you've heard this in other places around the internet, but tank superiority mode has been confirmed as being a sort of tank platoon versus tank platoon kind of thing. So everybody gets a tank, and then you drive, and presumably when your tank gets blown up, you get a new tank, or maybe that's sort of game over, one life, one death, I don't know. Something like that. I'm more excited though about the new vehicles that are going to be in it. Apparently there are 2 different tank destroyers, and I really know nothing about these kind of vehicles, but I'm sure some of you guys who are more familiar with military equipment do. There's apparently an M1128 tank destroyer, and then of course the Russian equivalent is a 2S25 Sprud-SD. I don't know if that really means anything to you guys, but that's apparently the vehicles which are going to be in the game. There's also an ATV. Hopefully this won't flip as much as the last ATV I had. I have not been very successful with ATVs. Not very successful at all. There's also going to be a couple of artillery units. Well, I think one's called a HIMARS, or HIMARS, something like that. And there's a BM-23. One of those is the Russians, one is the US. I really know nothing about these kind of vehicles, but it does seem like it's going to add an interesting new gameplay element, especially if these artillery units can hit like right across the map. I don't know if there's going to be a certain range on them like there is with the mortars, or they can't shoot things which are sort of too close to them, but it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. And of course there is the gunship, which is going to be flying above the maps, the AC-130. I don't know what the respawn time is on that, because of course you get it when you capture, I think, the central flag on the map, and then whichever team holds that gets the gunship. So whether or not you've got to let the flag drop and then let it get recaptured for you to get a gunship back, or whether it's just on a timer, I don't know, but it does seem pretty damn interesting. Before the video ends, I wanted to calm a few of your concerns about DayZ. I will be continuing DayZ videos. They just won't be quite as regular as they were before, but they will be great quality. Probably about a week and a half between each one. It's just hackers tend to follow me around now and insta-kill me, and it just makes it impossible to get as much footage as I need for a 25-minute episode, but keep watching my channel for it. In addition, I will be starting a new series on a rather exciting new game, which I'll be posting the first video of tomorrow, so do watch out for that. If you could tell me in the comments what you think about this video, perhaps leave a rating. It really does help me choose which videos to actually continue. But on that note, guys, I will see you in the next chapter.